Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're going to be doing a special spooky Halloween special. It is I, Joe, and who's this with me? I have a special guest tonight. I believe it is Death himself.
Yes, Joe, it is I, Death. Even though it says Brad Sizemore at the bottom.
All right, Death. Well, we we broke too quick.
Yeah.
No, yes, I'm not going to make you do the whole that. No, okay, just to let people know, as we joined into the Zoom, he actually was in that, and I was like, that, well, like that. That is great. That is amazing. All right, I'll turn the lights on too. Actually, kind of like being in the dark, but I'll turn
It's
it on.
kind of cool. It's kind of neat.
Okay. Yeah. It's not a bad stuff. That's really cool.
Fun time.
Um, yeah, I'm so scared. Oh, there he is. Whew. Okay, it's Brad. Okay, I can relax now. Whew. Um, so I think I was so scared that I didn't even introduce the movie. I don't think. Although people, I was like, but I think the title will probably give it away. But yeah, so we managed to do it. We mentioned it when we talked about Toad Road. Yeah, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I felt like I just had an urge to watch it. I was like, I haven't seen this in a long time. Um, I have feelings about it. And you said you never saw it. So I thought,
Never
hey,
seen it.
that's, something thematic we can put up for the season. So yeah, I'll take a drink of this water because I'm so scared that I'm parched. You just spooked the water right out of me. I'm dehydrated. Okay. Ooh.
It
All right.
dehydrated
So
him.
I'll introduce the movie, brief synopsis, and then I don't know, Brad. Do you want to reveal your thoughts first? You want to kind of tell you? I guess no. I guess I'll give you some background. I just don't want to talk too much.
No,
All
yeah.
this.
I mean, yeah. You go ahead and tell me what you want. Yeah,
All right.
I'll
All
let
right.
you.
All right.
I'll let you drive the ship.
Okay, for this one, but I do want to know your opinions too. Anyway, so real quick, for anybody that does not know, obviously, Halloween's the big slasher franchise, kind of like the one that started. John Carpenter, great director, first Halloween. There are a bunch of sequels. There was Halloween 2 originally. Makes sense. Okay, a million of them. But for this franchise, they decided to try to do something different because, I mean, who could imagine trying to do something different and not make the same dumb slasher movie over and over again? What originality? Like, yeah. So I found it really fascinating. They wanted to get away from the Michael Myers character, the generic slasher with the series, and make it kind of like an anthology film
Mhm.
where it's like thematically connected in some ways, like with some of the beats, like John Carpenter does the music, and they've got some of the little stings and jump scares. So it and like the kills, of course, are gory. So it
Yeah.
feels kind of like a Halloween movie, but without the story of Michael Myers and the generic teenagers getting murdered in like a old house or whatever. We're going to do away with that. So Halloween 3, uh, I don't want to give away too much in case people haven't seen it, but it's basically it follows like a conspiracy around this company that makes novelties, and they specialize in Halloween stuff, particularly just three masks. It's um, Silver
Silver
Shamrock.
Shamrock.
Three
Yep.
more days to Halloween.
I've been singing that song like all
I'll
day
bet you
since. Yeah.
have, Brad.
Yeah.
I'll bet you have. I bet it's stuck in that
Yeah.
brain. Big brain on Brad. I bet. No. And so yeah, basically it's around them, and we're just kind of introduced to these mysterious murders. Like there's this cover up, and we think it's something about something that's going to happen on Halloween night. There's all these commercials with this company getting all these kids to buy the masks, and there's this murder that occurs, and there's a doctor who gets kind of involved in it because he's just interested in like the fact that somebody was murdered in his hospital in a really brutal way, and that he meets the daughter of the person that was killed, and that kind of starts off his own little detective story into the conspiracy, which is this little town in California that's inhabited by Irish people,
Irish
uh,
people.
Irish people, and heck with it. Well, I'm going to start off this part of it with spoiler free, and then we're going to have to talk about it. We're going to have to talk about it, so because you just can't. I'm sorry, but basically, he goes in. There's a conspiracy that has to do with all kinds of weird stuff. Okay, that's Halloweeny, and that's all I'm going to say for the spoiler free part because I actually do think it's worth checking out. But I can understand why people don't like it. So, long story short, I feel like this movie is has a really interesting reputation because some people, as you know, Brad, like hardcore
Mhm.
slasher. fans. It's kind of a sub genre
Yeah.
and of like cult classic films. It's like separate from they people take this stuff so fanatically, you know, but they're really into it, you know. And I appreciate slasher movies, but I don't think I've ever been like as hardcore as some people are. So I, as you might have picked up about me, I like a lot of atmospheric stuff, different kinds of horror movies, and I also like wacky, goofy, off the wall stuff. So Halloween 3 is kind of a combo of those things. So depending on who you ask, some people say, "Oh man, they try to make a movie without Michael Myers. Obviously, it didn't do very well." And then they went back to that formula, and there's a billion of them. Most of them aren't that good. I haven't actually seen them all, I'll admit. But some people actually kind of are fans of this movie, and it's become kind of like a cult classic. And after having watched it again, I kind of still feel that way. I will say that the two things that stood out to me all those years ago when I watched it, it was that first kill in the hospital
Hmm.
when the guy goes in with the eyes
Oh
and then
yeah.
the like
It's rough.
these like men in black mysterious guys. You don't know if they're government conspiracy, it is an evil corporation, is it like a cult, you don't know, and it's got that ominous John Carpenter score, but it's also a little campy, a little goofy. It's not too much, but yeah, I remember that. And the other thing, Brad, what was the other thing that I remembered after all these years? You know what it was.
What did you remember?
It's been in your head,
The song.
haunting you.
Oh yeah. Oh, that song's a
20
keeper.
years later,
Yeah.
whenever I'm still very
I'm
shy.
still singing it. Yeah.
Yep, those are the two things I remembered. And I was like, well, let me give this another shot. And I kind of enjoyed it. We'll talk more about the details in a little bit. But Brad, I want to hear your thoughts. What were your impressions? What did you know about this before going into it? And then how'd you feel watching it first?
Yeah. Okay, so I've never seen Halloween 3. In fact, I didn't know there was a Halloween without Michael Myers. So I didn't I had seen the movie come up here and there, but so I only knew what you had told me a little bit about it going into it. So it was well, let me start with this. Like I do think it was I do think it was I like the fact that they wanted to switch it up. I like the fact that he wanted to switch it up because you had the two, you have Halloween 1 and 2, and I think it was intended that that's the end of Michael Myers, and then like you said, you have these movies that can be like Halloween theme, Halloween based, you know, kind of like loosely connected to the season. Like you said, there's some crossover, the carryover with the music and some similarities there. I like the fact that like there's the like the trailer for the Halloween with Michael Myers and Jamie Lee
Michael
Curtis.
Myers
Yeah,
is
Michael
back
Myers.
in
Yeah,
town,
back in town.
taking
Yeah.
your candy from you.
So that was cool. So I didn't know anything about it. It's really, it's really weird.
It's a
It's
bizarre movie,
really
isn't it?
bizarre. Like I'm like, what? Because the guy's being chased. Yeah, it's all over the place. Are these guys robots? And then the Halloween mask, and then the Irishman, and then they're in California. And then there's that news clip where like the stone had been stolen from Stonehenge. Wait, I'm like, what is going to happen here? And then it's a little, I'm like, what is going on? And then like it's a little brutal, but it's kind of like campy, like you said. But then it's like, you know, some stuff there, and then they go to this, and then yeah, it's kind of like uh all over the place.
I
Uh,
love that you're having a hard time like trying to
yeah,
describe it.
it's kind of all over. I will say this, like I didn't want to. I watched it with my wife. I watched it with Mary Beth, and she started to read out loud some of the plot. I didn't know. I knew almost nothing. I was like, I don't want to know anything, just because that's
And
confusing me
so
anyway. Yeah,
I understand it because she's like trying to like I want to know what's gonna happen. There's too many directions, right?
yeah. So, and then the cool, like it's kind of cool, too. Like, and then maybe I'll talk about, but like visually, it starts out with you know, the very like early '80s flashing screen. You get the pumpkin come in, and then that's kind of cool. And then the thing with the mask, like the song is very catchy, and those masks are kind of creepy. They're like Halloween, you know. And
Mhm.
I forgot that like in the '80s, like you're supposed to sit like 1 foot from the TV anyway when you're a kid. They would just sit
Mhm.
down in front of the giant TV set anyway, which
Mhm.
is kind of funny. Like that's that comes into play. Like that's how they're gonna end up being. Like the spell comes through. Now,
Mhm.
here's the thing though.
Uh-oh.
Um, it's called Season of the Witch, and I'm not even sure who's a witch or what's going on. I think that's just he's like he liked that song. It's a song by Donovan. It's a cool song.
Mhm.
I think it's from the Sunshine Superman album. But anyway, like which is called like so uh and then I'm like, what is going and so something's going on with these masks. Um the main character, the doctor, okay, the doctor could be 30, he could be 60. I don't know how old he is. And then I know people aged harder back then. So I'm not even
Yeah, I'm
sure how.
like, well, quick note though, Brad, that is a sign. That is the 80s for you. These are our heroes, our movie stars, like this grizzled, beaten down, like, oh man, like you've lived, sir.
Yeah, you sir have lived and got the cool stash. Anyway, so yeah, it is it's a smorgasbord of like it's a smorgasbord of like possibilities as they approach Santa
I like
Mira, right? Santa Mira,
that.
like the dirty Irish come in here. These Irishmen after the war, they built a toy factory or whatever, the mask factory. Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course they do.
It's some of it's really some of it's really funny too. Some of the dialogue, I don't know if it's meant to be funny. Like there's some things in there that are hilarious.
Like, oh, like when the guy is introducing the hotel, he's like, oh, that's
Yeah,
a brilliant price. Like, why are you like trying to sell? They already are renting the
yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Why is this a caricature like he's a leprechaun? Like, what? It seems offensive to somebody, I feel like.
Oh, Mister, what's the bad guy's name? I can't remember his name right
Oh,
now.
Cochrane.
Cochran,
Cochrane.
Mister
Mr. Cochrane,
Cochran.
he's the
Yeah,
man.
how
He can
could
do
that?
anything. I'm like, oh, I'm taking her to our private facility. You have a hospital embedded in your
Yeah, I
factory.
said no. I said wait, that's not true. Obviously, he's not taking you to the mask factory to treat this lady's wounds.
Like, wait, what? Like, I mean, he's not even trying like to hide that he's the evil mastermind with like 10 guys just all
Just
in
like
like
yeah.
bringing one guy. Oh, we'll get her the best medical care when she gets the laser blasted in the face. I'm like, what in the? Oh, was it space aliens? Like,
Yeah, that caught me off guard when she was messing with the microchip and then like the
hey,
Stonehenge laser
this is why,
and
this is
then the
why,
bug
kid.
came out.
Be careful with technology. You don't know what's gonna change the
Yeah,
molecules and the
yeah.
bugs.
Don't stick a fork in there. Like it's sticking a fork in the toaster. It's like a bug spell
A
comes
bug will
out.
come out.
Dang, bro. That
Oh,
town also looked like a movie set. From they didn't even hide the fact that it was like um yeah, and then there's the drunk. They got the curfew. I mean, you know what? You know what? I did say this. It reminded me of a in all good ways actually, because I kind of like them. It reminded me of when they adapt like a Stephen King novel to make it into a movie.
oh,
It had that feel. It had a
where
kind
it's
of a
like a little corny.
it's a little bit, we're not going to spend a ton of money. Here's what you got to work with. And then it's um yeah, it was and then some of it when they went to the town, when they went to Santa Mira, um it was a little alienating. Like it was like you could tell something's off. Like um
When I was watching it, like you mentioned the curfew with the 6 o'clock thing, it kind of reminded me almost like it was being dystopian. It was kind of like a movie length Twilight Zone episode. You know
mhm.
what I mean? Like kind of like what's gonna be he's gonna pull out it. Oh, they just took a walk in the Twilight Zone on Halloween.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like it felt like it was gonna pull out at the end there and from a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I love what you said, a smorgasbord of possibilities. And they said, you know what? We can't decide what type of movie we want to do, what type of script. So heck, we're gonna throw everything in here, which from a plot perspective kind of makes it a problem, but it's a lot of fun though. I mean, like, and they don't take the time to really explain very much. And I'm going to cut it as here's the spoilers, people. If you haven't, if you want to not know the rest, we're going to spoil it here. So basically, this whole thing is a massive conspiracy, and by this toy maker who basically is really the ultimate toy maker because all the people, it's just this one guy who's really a rich dude essentially, and he's made robots. All the guys, the reason, and you're thinking they have magical powers, they make some. There is some witchcraft, even though there are no witches clearly around. It's just a cool title, like you said.
Yeah.
But yeah, why are they so strong? They can they're ripping people's heads off. It's quite brutal in Halloween fashion. You're like, and it's really scary because they seem to have no emotion. It's because they're robots, and you're like, okay, the guy literally made robots. That's it. They're just robots. Doesn't really factor into the plot. They're just the henchmen. But he's got that kind of technology. He stole like a piece of the Stonehenge rock to channel like space waves, which will, transmute dark energy of some sort. That if they transmute through the signal by putting it on the bandwidth and getting all the kids to wear these masks with the transmitters on them, it'll basically kill all the children by filling them up with all the critters, bugs and snakes and all kinds of disgusting things. So they're basically killed from the inside out, and then those things will go and attack the traumatized parents, which you get to see in a kind of horrifying little test room when he draws people in. So, and that's like I said, the weird thing about the movie is it's kind of campy, but like that is some of the most horrifying stuff I've seen in probably more scary than most of the actual Michael Myers movies. Like that's a horrific.
But that
and it's the
is
kids
like,
too.
yeah, that is, and that's actually kind of a cool idea. Like, first of all, it's really creepy because you have almost like this energy which will then transfer. And I like the fact that when I was thinking about them, like, it's kind of cool that what's coming out of them is like the creatures of the, like, this, if you go back to the Druids or whatever, this is like the snakes and the bugs and the things you associate with like witches and everything. It's coming out of them, and then it's like killing the, and they're trapped in this room. Yeah, and then you imagine, you're like, well, they want the kids to gather around the TV, you know. And there's kind of almost like a message there, like, the TV is going to rot your brain, or the TV, it's going to, the violence that
And
comes from it.
I think to echo that, there might be some thematic suggestion about commercialization and materialism and being too, giving into the commercials and whatnot. There might be a little something there too with that.
Yeah.
So I do think it's some smart ideas there. And you're right. I like that it combines like the sci-fi-ness with something really like primordial and is kind of like witchcrafty. So you got a little bit of both. But once again, maybe that's supposed to be the scary thing, is that they don't explain it, a lot of it. But you could also say that's kind of lazy
Yeah.
writing. It's just like um, I mean, like, so I love the aesthetic, I love the ideas, and I think there's some genuine scares, but I do have some problems with it. Like, unfortunately, even though it has some smart ideas and some smart aesthetic choices, it still kind of is sort of your dumb horror movie in some ways. Because I mean, and I guess it's effective in a way, but like, what is the bad guy's motivation? And it's like, well, we're gonna have the situation where, of course, why doesn't he kill the main character when he captures him? Just so he can monologue and explain what's going
Yeah,
on
it's like
for
a
the plot.
James
Like,
Bond type thing. Well, that's
yeah,
the thing too, Joe. Like, I think he actually, doesn't he actually ask him, like, why are you doing this? And he kind of,
just like,
because I can.
because I can. It's just a
Yeah,
great trick.
because
I've always
because
liked
I
pulling
because I
tricks.
can, and then, like, yeah.
Well,
So
I think it's hinted a little bit. I know he's like evil, or he might be corrupted by something else, like the waves or whatever from Stonehenge. But I think the idea is that he's just kind of gone insane because he is like the trickster. He's a super villain. He's a super villain. He's
yeah,
like,
that's true. Yeah,
he's like, it's really, I did everything for the kids, and this is really for them. It's a great joke for the children.
it's a good
It'll be the
joke.
greatest
Yeah,
prank of
that's
all
kind of
time.
cool. Yeah.
You know,
Actually, now that you say that, you could see this being a cool, if you animate like the Batman animated series. Like, this is a villain. That's really like, that's
hmm
a cool thing. So I think there's a kernel of that there. Like, so yeah,
a kernel of candied corn. Huh?
yeah, kernel.
Huh?
What would have been cool? I was waiting for like at some point, like just Michael Myers just pops out of the back. He has Michael Myers there, like, and just kills the guy.
Well, what's that would be great. He just takes over. Actually, they were trying to use all the power from sacrificing the children to bring Michael Myers back at the third act.
Oh man,
That would have been pretty cool.
that's gonna get a
Which
big
is
pop.
interesting, and I'll admit I haven't seen a lot, but apparently in the actual lore, when some of those movies were canon, like the 80s and 90s, apparently he Michael Myers is like a supernatural figure anyway, and there
Mhm.
was like a group of people that worshipped him and tried to bring him back to the dead. So you could easily do that. Like I know that this isn't considered part of the canon or whatever the third version of this is, what universe it is, but I think you could totally make this work as being in universe easily.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
the only is like I said, there were a couple of things I didn't like about it. I mean, on one hand, I like the fact that we have a grizzled main character that seems like he's got his flaws. He's a womanizer. He's divorced. Like he's not perfect, but like I had an issue with the pacing of the movie at first because literally they were like, like 1 day later, 4 days later, like there's a whole week transpires basically, and he's like, oh, this has been bothering me. Now I'm gonna check it out. Like in a normal movie, it's like you see him like tossing and turning in bed, like I can't. I'm thinking about this guy that was murdered in the hospital. I'm gonna get to it right away. He's like, yeah, now I'm gonna have some whiskey and like I don't.
Yeah.
He just like the weird. I don't. It's like they just said, you know what? Heck with the backstory on this guy. Let's just get to the
Get
investigation.
to the meat. Yeah.
Um, so he wasn't the best, but I will say this too. Um, I think, Brad, that this movie might have taken like the championship for me in terms of something that I do hate in movies, and that is the forced romantic or whatever relationship. Because he gets with the daughter of the victim, and I feel like the only reason they are together is purely circumstance. Like there's no chemistry, there's no real conversation. I don't feel any like there's any chemistry between the actors really. We got to have an obligatory sex scene. Yes, he's coming out for it because he's mad. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and they were like, this is a Halloween movie, even though it's totally different. So we got to have that scene. There was no, he's hiding, but sir, it's a minor thing. But literally, they just plug those little scenes in there, and they
Hmm.
add like nothing, and it's like she doesn't even need to be there. So, um,
No, let me
yeah.
let Death.
What-
Death has to respond to this because let me
Okay.
say something real quick.
Oh. Okay.
Listen
Actually,
up.
I'll let you.
Here's my issue with this. Now, I got a question for you. Is it implied, or did I misread something? Was it implied that she was a robot the whole time?
Oh yeah. Actually, you're right, Death. You're right. That is a kind of a plot hole because, well, she's captured, and then it's like there's this little sort of twist thing where they got to extend the runtime because they resolved the conflict, and so yeah, she's in the car and gets attacked. She attacks him because she's a robot. But here's the thing, though. Why why was she running with him away when they
Yeah,
escaped if she was still under, was it like he's still trying to play a joke? Like that was dumb. Like I
that's what
was
I'm saying.
what?
This is what Death's saying. Yeah, what's up with
So,
that? And then it's like, wait a minute. She's like 16. He's like 49. Like, I don't know
yeah,
what's going on there. And then they're like, where are you going to sleep? Well, where do you want me to sleep?
that was
Right here. And then they
so
just start getting it on for like 3 hours. And then
that that was so cringy. And like yeah, it was literally
bro,
something like, well, like what shall we get two separate rooms? Like, why would you say that? No, legitimately, like I don't know you, like and
I
we
don't, we're here to investigate my father's death.
but I guess that gets some people going. I don't know. Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you know what they say, death sometimes gets people's blood pumping, right?
Hey, yeah,
Right?
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
My boy Michael should have walked in at that point. I'm like, can send Mike in there to stab somebody because this is gross.
Oh man. No,
Anyway, that's
that part seriously annoyed me. Um but legitimately though, other than that, I really like the movie. It's definitely a mess. I can't in good conscience say that it's like a good film exactly, but it's fun. It's got some really cool
Mhm.
things in it. Um, I like that they just went forward with all the wacky ideas and like I like the fact too, kind of in Halloween or typical horror movie fashion, and I forgot about this. It it does end on kind of like a bleak note where you're like trying to turn off all the stations, and you know,
Oh yeah,
does he
yeah.
stop it? You know, it's a little bleak.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, little hanging there. Yeah, it is something of a hot mess. Um, it's got, like I said, it's like it's got all these things in the witch's cauldron. Um, it's kind it, but it is it doesn't suck. I mean, I didn't hate it. It's kind of I would probably watch it again in a little bit. I
Right?
would tell somebody like, yeah, watch that because it's done because it's John Carpenter. I mean, it's for what it is. Like, yeah, he could have pieced some things together a little better, but
Hmm.
there's elements in there that are like, it's
It's
no,
fun.
it's worth watching.
Honestly,
It is. It's fun. It's
it,
funny. It's a little scary. It's a little weird.
it's creative, and I feel like with The Witch's Brew, I honestly feel like as far as horror movies go, there's something in this for pretty much everybody. Like if the robots don't work for you, Stonehenge might. If the evil tour maker doesn't work for you, heck, maybe the Irish thing will. Like, like I don't know. There's just a
It
weird
is,
mess in
yeah.
there.
It's funny.
Hmm.
Yeah, he is like now that you say that, he's like a super villain. Because even they got the scientist guy is like chipping away at the Stonehenge stone, and it's got little
Hmm.
pieces. I'm like, well,
Just
that's
like
kind of cool.
studying it.
Like it's some of about the harmonics activates this stone, and
It's kind
then
of like I wish they had actually had used more time like not padding it out with the fake out robot thing in the car with her for like 10 minutes and use that for more plot. Like it kind of reminds me, the thing I like about this, and this director didn't do a ton else more, but you can tell that the shots are well framed and well lit. He's trying to emulate John Carpenter's style. Like even in the opening scene, it's not a real major scene, but like the victim is running off into the dark and into like that dump basically with all
Mhm.
the broken down cars, like that is a really cool scene. He's literally like metaphorically going out into this wilderness of like this mess of destruction. I'm like, that is a well framed, good looking shot. And in Halloween 3, like they didn't have to try that hard. Like I think
Yeah,
there's quality filmmaking here.
yeah, it's there. Yeah, so
Yeah,
all the pieces are laying around. It's just a little
yeah.
scattered. It's a little scatterbrained. It's like you know.
Well, what would you say to the people, I guess, that are more diehard traditional Michael Myers fans that reject this movie purely because it doesn't follow the typical canon? Because that a lot of people feel that way, I believe. This is kind of
Yeah.
a divisive movie. So, do you think that that's a legitimate grievance, or how would you try to convince somebody to like give this movie a shot if they're that hardcore of a slasher fan? What do you think you'd say?
That's a good question. I think people I like Halloween. We reviewed that. I like Halloween. I
Oh
like
yeah.
Yeah, we reviewed that before. And I like the Friday the 13th. I like the first few. To be honest though, when you get into the thick of the series, however many I don't know how many Halloweens are there? It goes up to like 10,
Well, I think
12,
I was
13.
actually watching a little thing about it. I think that with the remakes and the reboots and the second movie, I think there's like at least like a dozen, right? Like 13 or
Yeah, it's
something.
12 or 13. It's something like that. And I'm gonna
Hmm.
be honest, like a lot of those are I find them boring. I find it gets a little trite. It gets a little old, and people like it because they like Michael Myers, or they like the
Hmm.
Friday because they like Jason because he's iconic. The
Hmm.
same way people liked Hulk Hogan for 30 years, even though he's not a good wrestler. It's because it's like he's not good in the ring. He's good on the mic. He's good at not
Hmm.
to connect it to wrestling, but that's the same era too. It's like we Americans like icons. They like Michael Myers, they like Jason,
Hmm.
they like Hulk
Hmm.
Hogan, they like Michael Jordan, Bugs Bunny. And then it's like they don't like that to be messed with. And so
Hmm.
I think I would say like, well, give it a chance, but be a little open-minded about it. Um, uh, you enjoy it for what you have to enjoy it for what it is. You have to know Michael's not in this. I'm sorry. Michael Myers isn't in this, and Jamie Lee Curtis isn't in this. It's it doesn't it, it's At the beginning, I wish it wasn't because of the way it's laid out. I wish it wasn't so it's kind of plodding at the beginning. It kind of plods forward a little bit. I
A
think
little
if
bit.
if it would pick up a little more from the beginning and then get
Well,
it,
it's the stupid romance and like him like not doing anything in the hospital for like 10 minutes. Like,
yeah.
there's that, like I said, that part where they do a time skip. Like, no, like establish what's going on, cut around to some creepy things, and then, like, because if that's where, that's the movie's biggest failing, honestly, is from a character standpoint. Our
Hmm.
characters are like, there's not much to go on.
There's not, it's thin there. And also, I think this would be cool. Like, not to, you can't do this, but this is a storyline, the way it's laid out, that would be better served as like a mini series. You know what I mean? That
Mm.
kind of thing. It's it's got that built in.
I like that you whisper close to the mic, like so that the owners of the property won't hear. Like they'll be like, you know, it's
Trade secret. It's a
Brad wants
trade
to get
secret.
like that like percentage of the season of the witch special miniseries. Okay,
It's a little late. I'm coming in late on this. I'm coming in
Hey,
hot on
no, no,
season of
no,
the witch.
no, sir. We are in the era of every niche,
Oh yeah,
random
that is
cult
gonna be
classic
back.
getting.
There's gonna be season
One
of the
day,
witch.
there's going to be they're going to remake Halloween free 3 completely separate, season of the witch limited event, HBO Max. They're going to keep the Irish thing. They're going to go so hardcore, it'll be like a A24, like Shutter House, like just really messed up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Hey,
the broken. Yeah.
they'll
He
get
popped.
they'll
He
get Ari
popped his
Aster.
skull. Well, I was like, "What's he doing?" And popped his skull out. That
Well,
was tough.
see, I forgot that because I remembered the eye thing, and that was enough for me. I'm like, oh, like that's what kills him. But like that's not enough because we have to appeal to the. They kept the gore part. It's like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna break his skull apart. It's just
His
like,
skull popped out.
geez,
That guy's been through
geez,
the ringer already. He's had enough. And then you pop his skull out. He's
and
already dead.
that's the thing. These robots are evil, man. Like
Yeah,
there's no reason.
they tore the old drunk guy's head off.
Like
Oh, I said, what are
you
you doing?
And the thing is, they're trying to be a covert conspiracy. The guy like blows himself up, like, and that was a good start. It has a great start. Like what?
Yeah, yeah. It just like you
Hmm.
said, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of threads left out there that maybe you're not gonna do anything with that. Like the woman at the one at the hospital that wants to date him.
Oh, like
I'll
that. You
take you
know
to
what?
dinner and they're like,
That's another thing, Brad. Like I was like, once again, our female characters, our women characters are not really done a service here because like that was actually interesting. Like, why aren't you clearly have some kind of connection as a friend or something? Like, okay, actually, I'm sorry, I gotta take a step back. You know how I said there wasn't much with the characters? That assistant lady at the hospital, I liked her. I
"Mhm.
actually thought, oh, like she's got a subplot investigating, and then oh, they kill her. I'm like,
You just kill her.
well, I was
Yeah.
like, you could have done more with that, Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad you
Yeah.
brought that up. I
They
see
just killed her. Yeah.
a smorgasbord of possibilities. Brad on Season of the Witch 2025. That is a good quote. I like it. Now, are there any like Lucky Charms in the smorgasbord though? Is that an option for the breakfast?
Is that an Irish thing?
Mix it with a
God.
little bit of
Yeah.
like
He's
your
like, I went in. Oh, there you go, lad. He's like, I went in there and I signed myself in and left the money. Jag off. He's like, I go to
it's like, oh, it's a good
That's the
price. It's
best hotel
practically
in
like,
town.
it's home
That's
away
the
from
best
home. Like,
hotel in town. Yeah.
but like I know I bought the room. You don't. Who does that? Who's gonna? I mean, it's not like a B&B where like they're trying to warm you
Yeah.
up. Like he's just a really hospitable guy, Brad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Santa Mira. Dude, yeah. Uh, kind of a dump, too. I'm gonna be honest. It didn't look that hot for like the best hotel because you had big time buyers coming in there to buy the product, and you were putting them up in this like roadside
Because it's the
hotel.
only game in town. But no. But the
The
thing
only
is,
game.
they're also taken by this guy's franchise. All these salesmen of these Halloween shops are driving across the country. Oh man. Well, hey, you know what? If they think there's a profit, I guess they'll stay in the crappy motel. But
Yeah.
you're right. That's the thing, Brad. They never leave. Whoa! Replace them with robots everywhere. Ooh.
Mm.
Silver Shamrock expands.
I felt bad for the salesman and his family. That guy that really he was pumped about the biggest seller.
He was a loyal. He really was like, this is guys. He was a big fan of the guy too. That's the tragedy. He
Yeah.
really believed in
He
it.
was. He
Like
believed.
novelty jokes and stuff.
Yeah, he knew all about him. Yeah, that's yeah, because he's like the original jokester. He is kind of
Practical
a
joke.
Joker figure a little bit. I mean, they could have made him a little more maniacal. I don't know. It just
I like that actor, and I
yeah,
forget his name, but he's the
he's
head of OCP and RoboCop. I
that's
love
right.
that guy.
Yep.
He's
I
the
knew
old
him.
man.
That's what it was. Yeah. That's yeah.
OCP. It's like old Detroit has a cancer, and that cancer is crime. Our solution, RoboCop. I messed that up, but yeah, that's
Murphy.
good.
Oh, that's
Good
a good
stuff.
movie.
One of my
RoboCop?
favorites. Love RoboCop.
Yeah. They should have been watching RoboCop in the hotel room on Halloween 3, even though it hadn't been made yet.
I was about to say 82, 87. Hey, you know what
RoboCop
though?
appearing.
When they do that mini series remake, they're gonna have Michael Myers come in, but then RoboCop, he was
Shoots him.
actually called in just,
Yeah.
and then it's the battle, and then RoboCop actually saves the
Oh,
day.
you just messed up. When RoboCop walks in, that gun comes out of his leg. You're
Just
done, Mike.
it's
Sorry.
over.
Sorry, Mike.
Someone make this, even fan edit or something. Just do some kind of animation, whatever. Okay,
Oh my goodness.
satire. Yeah, yeah. Sounds
That's that's
that's
it,
it. I
I
think.
guess. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, I liked it. It's wacky, but I think it's a pretty fun, decent movie. Honestly, I think it's pretty good. I was thinking if, like, realistically, if I was in the situation, like, that's the kind of movie I'd probably make. Like, you know what? I get to make a movie and I get to have the property. I'm just putting all the stuff in it. If I could somehow make it work, like, I love that. I think it's just a lot
Yeah.
of creativity on display.
Throwing everything in there. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because that's worth, like I said, I mean, because you can just sit on your laurel, you can sit on your haunches there and be like, well, we got a character here people seem to like. We're just gonna keep churning this thing out where he keeps killing teenagers. Um,
Yeah, a lot of
so
Hollywood never
it's
did
yeah, it's it's kind of cool. It's a little creepy. It's funny. It's like yeah. I think it gets canned because it's Halloween without Michael Myers. It's the Halloween without Michael Myers. So some of
that.
those
Yeah.
shots, like you said, some of those shots were really cool too.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah, I think I'm not sure if it's underrated because I think people do appreciate a lot more now. But I think more people need to watch it to give it a chance for sure. Some good stuff in there, for real. Mm. So I think Brad, the question will be as we wrap up our Halloween. Do you have any ideas for what you want to watch next time, or are we just gonna keep people guessing and that'll amp up the tension?
um, yeah,
See,
I don't have any ideas. Uh, I'm just hoping I get through tomorrow without any snakes or bugs coming out of me. And
well, as long as you don't
remember to
like,
check your kids' candy because there might be
well, check the masks too. Check
check the
anything from
mask. If they
Spirit
have a
or
big giant silver shamrock, out of here with that. Yeah.
watch out. Yeah, but that's if you do watch the movie, that song's gonna be stuck in your head for a while. It's a catchy jingle. It's a good marketing at Silver Shamrock. Good marketing.
Very good. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that was our review of Spooky Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, minus witches, apparently. They were around. There's witchcraft in there.
A little bit.
Check it out. For real. I think it's
Mhm.
worth it. It's a good movie.
It is, yeah.
And
Check it out.
happy Halloween, and we'll see you next time at some point.